Hey folks, Adam here. Thought we'd get in a little Strider tonight. I remember this game back when I was about 14 or 15. I was like in 9th grade, and it definitely was cool graphically back then on the NES and stuff. Looked awesome. Have a character bigger than like 2 blocks high, and stuff like that. And it had a pretty intricate story and stuff. But I had those visions of the arcade Strider as well, which the Sega version is fairly close to on the Genesis. But, I got this because I remember in the magazine, Nintendo Power, my buddy had them, and just so happened that summer he had broken his leg early in the summer and was laid up pretty much all summer with like a boot cast thing on his lower leg. And his mom ordered him some games. He had Mega Man 2, and he was going to order, he wanted Ultimate Exodus, and he kept trying to call and see if they had them in stock. He kept saying, you got to check back every day. And finally, this guy said, well, there's a game getting ready to come out, a role-playing game, and if you like Ultimate Exodus, you'll probably like this. And it was Dragon Warrior, and little known at the time, but, it became a classic. And Strider is not really a classic. It's okay. But, I happen to be able to get this game from the same place at the same time. His mom ordered it for me, and my mom paid his mom or something like that. And I probably paid her because my mom never did video games, so she didn't buy them. But, I have this code memorized for the final level of this game since I was a kid, and it's just stuck in my brain. There's certain things that get stuck in your brain and you don't know why. Like I have the end code for Mega Man 2, the final level, in my head. We might play that one at a later date here, but I don't know. I always found Capcom games a little bit easy, but this one looked pretty intricate back in the day. Look, all you gotta do is stand here and the things like fall right on it. I remember, it's like stuff like that. It comes back like you riding a bicycle when you played through a game, and it's been 15 years and still, and there I screw it up. But just this game brings back a lot of memories of getting it and playing it that summer. We played through almost half the game, I think, in about an hour. It was just ridiculous. It's not a very long game either. So when I found out that he had gotten Dragon Warrior and I had gotten this, I was, suffice it to say, a little bit disappointed. But anyway, I decided to replay this. I played it once through, and I did die once or twice, and I used the save state a couple times to figure out how to beat a couple of the characters, but it came back pretty quick. I think it took me about a half hour or so to really get through the final level. And then like this guy, I had to remember that you got to get him to jump and hit him in the air, and then you got to dodge him, So, and this goes on forever. I think you got to hit him like 5 or 6 times, and every time he does this, every single time. But, so what I did is I went back and I refilmed it, and I was able to do it all in one shot with no save states or dying or anything. And I figured I'd show the end, and I think I'm going to try to do this for some games coming up, either do gameplay or just show the end kind of level boss. And I'm talking on the Nintendo and maybe the Sega Master System or Genesis. I'm not sure, but mainly on the 8-bit Nintendo and probably maybe the Master System, but I'm more familiar with the Genesis. But I don't remember beating a lot of Genesis games. I remember beating Phantasy Star 4. This is the guy, you gotta talk to this guy. Like, you talk to him here, and then he disappears, and then you gotta wait because it freezes, and then he reappears, and that happens every single time you walk within sight of that spot. And it happens in another spot where there's another guy that looks exactly like him. That's a little annoying. The jumps, sometimes you get stuck in midair, like you'll be you'll see coming up, I do it once or twice, where you get stuck in the not in the air, but you can't jump. It just like you're hitting a barrier or something, but there's nothing there. That guy was just a swing at her, wasn't he? Swing at her. That's a new term. You've got this sheet of stuff you can do. I know that the medical's medical, the spark and fire and stuff. I never really use that crap. I mainly just used my mana, whatever you want to call it, energy, I think is what it's called on here, to do healing myself, and that was about it. That's all you got to do on this last level anyway. I mean, you might have to use some of those. If you sit here right about where I'm at, yeah, I think I got to back up just a little bit farther. He basically gets in a pattern of jumping where he won't be able to hit you, and you can still hit him, and so that's why I stayed to this right side, and the bullets won't hit you. So, and then he left a large, that's an energy tank. The big vitamin thing is like your health. Now you gotta have these magnet boots. You probably saw them. They're one of the pairs of boots on the one screen there. I think there's a red pair and a yellow pair and a blue pair or something. I think the red ones are the ones that let you walk up the wall. But I'm not sure. I don't remember because I didn't play through the whole game just now, did I? I just played the end level. But I do. I love old Nintendo stuff. I love old Nintendo games. I love being able to sit down and within 2 hours play through a whole game and just sit back and kind of smile. You know, there are games that are take a little longer than that. I mean, a game like Metroid or Kid Icarus might take you 3-4 hours in a row if you sat there and played it. Maybe 2 sittings to beat it from the end. There was that jump where you get stuck, and this is one of the systems the guy was talking about destroying. It just looks like a big bug or something. You just go stick your sword up in it. That sounded bad. and anyway, it blows up. Then here's another one of these Chinese, I don't know if he's Chinese, but doctor guys. I always thought he was kind of Chinese. It kind of looks like Dr. Octopus without the arms, but, what are you going to do? So I got to go get to the other system, which I pretty much walked to these right off the bat when I was playing it through the first time. It's like I just subliminally knew where they were. Don't pick up the skull bones. It takes life away. But they try to get you just got to charge into those things and swipe at them, because if you press down, you got to go all the way around again, and then I think they're back anyway. So here's this fat dude. You traitor, you shall die here. It's this dude with this big sword. Basically all you got to do is get him to jump, go underneath him, and slice him in the back. The only thing is he doesn't flicker or anything, so you don't know if you're hitting him. That was the one thing I did notice that kind of bothered me when I played through it again. Just observations playing through it from 20 years ago. I mean, the guy didn't flicker, so I didn't even know if I was hitting him or not. Same thing with the whirlwind guy. The only reason I knew he was hitting him is because he was turning, into the whirlwind. There you gotta, get stuck under it a little bit in order to... Okay, we're coming to the meat of the matter here. I gotta talk to this guy once and then stand here again when he reappears. And then we can go through the door. And then a staple of most Capcom games is, hey, let's throw all the little mini-boss type characters in a row right in front of the end boss, So they do that here. We'll have a revisit of Mr. Samurai and Mr. Fat Guy with the Shield and the Whirlwind Dude. And then I think he skipped Shark Man. Don't ask me why he didn't get an appearance. But then the end boss, or what you think is the end boss, shows up. Which I'll explain him when we get down there. Here's Fatty with the sword. He stabbed me a couple times. You slide under them by pressing down and at an angle and A. See, and here I don't know if I'm hitting him or not because it's not showing me anything. Here's Mr. Whirlwind guy. He's sucking my life down. 35, 25. I noticed barely. Then I can't remember how much I have, but I don't want to click out of this because I don't want to die if he hits me. So I use the smallest one because I wanted to have 50 because it's the one that fills you up all the way. So here we go. I don't know how many times. I think it's 5 times, but maybe not in this little clipo here. He looks like he's got swords for arms or something. I don't know. Some kind of ninja whirlwind guy. Purple nurple. I like the spark thing and shooting, you know, that, and the boots and being able to walk up the building and stuff. But it was just, it seemed like they could have lengthened it out or did it more mission based or something. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if Capcom, yeah, I think they did the other Strider for the Sega. Maybe they didn't. But, you know, if they didn't, I'll just have, you know, I'll just have to say that they didn't want to copy it too close because they didn't want to copyright infringe or whatever. But they're using the freaking name and the look, so why can't you use more of a structure of that type of game? Here's the end guy, or who you think's the end guy. You made it, Hyrule. I will turn you into the rust off my cipher. So anyway, this guy shows up. He walks up to you and just stands there. If you swing at him, he throws your sword across the screen, and then he starts stabbing you. So what you have to do is go over to this edge of the screen and do the spark thing, which you just hold it up until it's fully charged, hit him with it. Now that's his sword that goes flying across the screen, and then you gotta sit and just stab at him. And I almost died. I only had 6 health left, and I didn't even notice the last second. Like all those data files and, you know, keys and stuff, I don't remember where I got them. I couldn't tell you. Here's another one of these doctors. Yuga Deseril's in the next room. He looks like a weird alien creature, Terminator, not Terminator, Predator, freaking alien thing. Basically, you just gotta stab the eye in the middle. And it's easiest just to walk underneath it and do this. I mean, you don't even power. You might power your guy up, but I don't think he gets stronger or anything. So I don't understand. You know, just being able to walk in there and hit that thing like half a dozen times and it's dead. You know. Here's the end. Thanks to Hyru's aim, the devil's weapon has been destroyed. Although Chief asked Hyru to return to the group, he quietly turned it down and started to walk. And here he is, walking. I'm walking, indeed, I'm talking. I mean, he just trucks along, and there's some kind of sad music playing. And that's about it, you know. And then it shows the credits, which are all upbeat and funny. You know, the music's all funny. And I don't know why, but they did the characters real crooked, so it looks like you gotta, like, crook your head to the left while you're looking at the names for them to be straight. It's weird. Anyway, he throws the sword up in the air and, you know, stuff happens and it falls back down. And then the credits start rolling. And they roll along to this upbeat music, and then it just ends, and that's it. So, advice from all, awesome. But that's the end of a NES game, the end of Strider. Not terribly hard if you know how to do it. That guy will kick your ass every single time. if you don't know how to get past him. The one with the sword where I had to shoot him with the plasma thing and then just stab, stab, stab. If you just swing at him or try to jump over him or something, he'll kill you every time. And so you just gotta, like, do what I did. Go to the edge of the screen. So that way he has a long way to hop back to get to it. And then just hit him all the way across the screen and he's gone. The other thing's even stupider. I mean, you just go in there and press up and jump underneath the eye thing to kill it. That's all you do. I mean, it's not even a fight, you know. And there's no trick to it or anything. It's that one guy. And if you know the trick to him, I mean, it's like over, you know. I mean, it's not even hard. The spinning whirlwind guy is harder than that guy, you know. So, anyway, the end. I'm sign off. Thanks for watching.